Good evening and welcome inside the press box here at Murphy Field at Mulcahy Stadium in Tucson, Arizona for tonight's presentation of Big 12 soccer between the Arizona Wildcats and the Kansas Jayhawks. Kansas off to a hot early start trying to get towards Arizona's goal. The Wildcats knocking it away. Kansas in the red uniforms moving left to right. Arizona in their navy blue kits moving right to left. Arizona is back at home after a road trip to Houston, Texas, where they faced Central Florida on a neutral field and the Houston Cougars at their Carl Lewis International Complex. The Cats came away from the road trip with 1 win and 1 loss and are now seeking their 10th win of the season, which would be their first double-digit win season since 2019. Kansas enters tonight's match with 3 wins in conference play, their most since 2020. Head coach Nate Lee is in his first year with the Jayhawks and has conducted a good bounce-back season following a second-to-last Big 12 finish last year. We're set for a beautiful night of soccer with the weather sitting at a nice 77 degrees here at kickoff, as we're about 90 minutes into this one between the Arizona Wildcats and the Kansas Jayhawks. It is the 3rd all-time meeting between these two programs. Kansas leads as Arizona tries to get some work in on offense there, but 3rd all-time matchup between Arizona and Kansas. The Jayhawks have the lone win in those previous 2 games, but it came all the way back in 1998. And these two programs didn't face one another again until 2013, which ended up being a tie result up in Tempe. Both games were on a neutral site field, so this is the first time Kansas has been welcomed to Mulcahy here in Tucson. About 2.5 minutes in here. Arizona this season with a 9-win, 4-loss, 2-tie record. Kansas overall 6-5-4. And the Wildcats so far this year undefeated at home. 5 wins, no losses, 1 tie. And Kansas is trying to change that here as the Jayhawks get it on Arizona's side of the field yet again, but that'll end up out for a goal kick. Olivia Ramey in goal for the Wildcats. Will boot it away. The starting lineups for each team. We'll start off with the visiting Kansas Jayhawks. Sophia Daw is in goal for Kansas. 5 defenders on the pitch for tonight's matchup. Caroline Castins, Asa Conte, Brooke Otto, Mackenzie Bovey, and Lauren Wood are all the defenders starting for the Kansas Jayhawks. Midfielders, Michaela Merlo, Jillian Gregorski, and Kate Longfelder. 2 forwards, Lexi Watts and Sage Wimes, will round out the starting 11 for the Jayhawks this evening. For the Wildcats, a fairly usual cast of characters for Arizona's starting lineup. Olivia Ramey in goal. 4 defenders, Zoe Mendiola, Maya Brown, Aranda Urge, and Ella Hatteberg. Midfielders, Gianna Christensen, Megan Shelf, and Trinity Dorsey. Nyota Katembo, Nicole Dallin, and Marissa Foltz will be heading up the attack for the Wildcats. As Shelf chases it down, passes it back to Olivia Ramey, who will boot it away to Nicole Dallin. Tried to head it on to Foltz, but Kansas gets in the way of it. Jayhawks trying to get some offense going early here. It's Sage Wimes over there on the left side, booting it in, and the cross is going to hit off of a Jayhawk and out for a goal kick. It was announced yesterday, Gianna Christensen, Arizona's star midfielder, was awarded the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Week award. She had 5 points in Arizona's 3-2 win over Central Florida. That's 2 goals and an assist. Second career brace for Christensen, scoring 2 goals as Kansas puts the pressure on Arizona here. And a high leg there is going to be a foul against Kansas, and Olivia Rainey will be able to take that for a free kick. Kansas with 1 shot here early on and a save for Olivia Rainey as we get going here in Tucson. Yeah, Gianna Christensen is just having a fantastic senior year. It was an 81st minute penalty kick that was the winner for Arizona against Central Florida in their first game in Houston out last week. And Arizona was scheduled to go to Orlando, play Central Florida at their home stadium, but with all the hurricane activity in Florida during that time, the teams agreed that Arizona shouldn't be traveling there. And since the Wildcats were already going to be in Houston for that Sunday game against the Houston Cougars, they thought, well, let's just play a neutral site game in Houston. So Central Florida got out of Orlando, got to Houston, and they played. Arizona won 3-2. And Gianna Christensen was involved in all those goals. Is a nice slide tackle there from Kansas's Mackenzie Bovey. Will win it over for the Jayhawk, but Rainey will recover there. And Arizona's defense has just been so solid. Those 2 goals allowed against UCF. It's one of the few times this season that Arizona's allowed more than 1 goal this year. They've just done great defensively, and Olivia Rainey has just been so solid in goal for the Cats. Prior to that, Arizona had not allowed multiple goals since they faced the 5th-ranked North Carolina Tar Heels in Chapel Hill. As Kansas tries to get something in, and Zoe Mendiola doing a good job of staying on Kansas's Jillian Gregorski, who is the Jayhawks' leading scorer. Arizona thought it was their ball, but it's going to be a corner kick for the Jayhawks. After about 8.5 minutes of play, the corner kick is going to come in from the right side. No clean play initially, and Arizona's going to end up with it. Colts tries for the through ball up to Christensen, but Kansas is going to take over. And Daw comes out from in goal to reset. Jayhawks really trying to attack that left line, and they're moving quickly. That attack is snuffed out by Maya Brown. As Arizona has allowed some pressure from Kansas here early on in the first 10 minutes. Only 1 shot. And Arizona had that impressive win against Central Florida, but the following game, as the Wildcats remained in Houston, they lost to the last place Cougars. As Houston earned their first win of Big 12 play this season against Arizona. Certainly a disappointing result for the Cats, as that one will end up out for, or excuse me, that one's going to be a quick free kick from Kansas. As Katembo, it's a high through ball. Fultz almost got to it, but it's cleared back to the keeper. And Daw boots it past midfield. Arizona yet to get a shot or really allow their offense to develop. Zoe Mendiola doing a good job of getting in front of that one. Let's see if Arizona could hang on to this one. Nope. And Olivia Rainey dives on that one. Keep the ball out of
an
her net.
Arizona save brought to you by Pyramid Federal Credit Union.
We're approaching the 11th minute here. High press from Kansas. It was effective there. Rainey didn't get a clean pass out now. Well, the Jayhawks with a good opportunity here. Long shot from Lauren Wood, who's going to end up out. Another Olivia Rainey goal kick. Rainey already with 2 saves now. Brings her total to 48 this season in goals. Surpassed her previous season career high of 41 last year in Oklahoma before she transferred. But yeah, it was a surprise to see Arizona lose to Houston in that last game. It was a scoreless first half. The winner came in the 53rd minute from Houston's Alexis Folks. I mean, in some statistics, the teams were pretty even. Both had 14 shots, but Arizona had 9 shots on goal, and Houston only had 6. But only one makes the difference when it's a 1-0 ball game. And Houston goalkeeper Maggie Manning had a really good game. She tallied 9 saves. For Arizona, it was Sophia Cortez Brown, who made her 3rd appearance of the season, got the start, and played all 90 minutes for the Wildcats. Long through ball. Urge fell down trying to defend there. The cross came in. It was a close one. It's cleared away by Arizona. Megan Shelf getting in front of that one. It'll be another Jayhawk corner, this time coming from the left side of the goal. And Kansas has all the offensive momentum right now. 2 shots, 2 on goal, and the corner kick comes in. It's going to be knocked away initially by Rainey, and that'll find the back of the net. It's going to be Jillian Grigorski who scores the opener here for Kansas. And the Jayhawks lead 1-0 over Arizona. Jillian Grigorski, the leading scorer for Kansas. She had 6 goals coming into
Kansas
the match
goal
tonight.
scored by number 34, Jillian Grigorski.
7 this year. That'll extend her lead on the team leaderboard. Grigorski, the true freshman out of Wethersfield, Connecticut, who's just had a fantastic freshman year, puts Kansas up 1-0 here in the 13th minute in Tucson. The Wildcats are going to have to play catch-up now, and they haven't gotten much offense going. We'll see if they can hold on to possession here after kickoff. Zoe Mendiola brings it into Jayhawk territory, loses it. And Kansas with another opportunity here. It's Wimes on the run, and a good tackle there by Aranda Urge to get it back for the Wildcats. Mendiola, I mean, Kansas is doing a really good job here of keeping the press on Arizona's defense, not allowing them to think about their passes too much and kind of throwing them off their game. we've seen other teams just a little more laxed. When Arizona, they have no problem controlling possession, just passing it around and waiting for a slow buildup. But Kansas isn't patient. They're trying to get some more going themselves, as Ella Hatteberg will knock it out for a Kansas throw-in here. Jillian Gregorski, the team leader in goals, now was already the team leader with 6, now with 7. She recorded her first career hat trick earlier this season, and the 11th in program history for Kansas. As Arizona's back on the attack here, Katembo chases it down, moving to her right. Long shot is going to just miss. Wide right of the post. A good run. And the first shot for Arizona might get things rolling a little bit back in the Wildcats' direction. Christensen, all part of that offensive front, as this pass goes right to Katembo. She'll head it, and it'll end up out for a throw-in. Lauren Wood tosses it in to Langfelder. Kansas with another shot here, but a good block from Urge. As Lexi Watts, second on the team leaderboard in goal scoring this year. And for her first attempt there, Lexi Watts with 5 goals this season. Sage Wimes, the other starting forward, with 4. Mendiola passes it up to Fultz. Dallin back to Christensen, now to Hatteberg. Try to get it back to Christensen, and Christensen will fight for it, get it back. Kansas with the aggressive play style here early on, as Katembo knocks heads. With the Kansas defender there, Mackenzie Bovey, and that'll set up a free kick, as the foul is going to be called against the Jayhawks. Corey Rockwell is the head referee for tonight's match. Melissa Beck and Hal Glow are the line judges. Jordan Schultz, the alternate official, over at the table. Pretty long distance here for Arizona, so it doesn't look like they'll go for a long shot attempt. Hatteberg on the left side. Corey Rockwell telling the Kansas defenders they need to move back a bit. Hatteberg will cross this one in. No play is made, but it'll go off of Kansas, which will set up the first Wildcat corner of the match here. Approaching the 19th minute of play here in Tucson, Kansas leads 1-0. Arizona with only 1 shot so far. Go way back to Hatteberg. Chip cross to Katembo, who collides with Kansas's goalkeeper, Sophie Daw. And they'll call a foul on Katembo. That was a hard shot, but she got up right away, luckily, and Daw will have a free kick here near her own goal. Good look there for Arizona. fights this one away. This one will go off of Kansas. And Zoe Mendiola will throw it in. Tried to find Katembo. Mackenzie Bovey getting involved early. Here yet again. Clears it away. Now Grigorski, the goal scorer for Kansas, fights for possession. For the Jayhawks, their last time out, it was a win against Utah. 2-0 final score in Lawrence. It was their senior night final game in Lawrence of the season. Which earned Kansas their third Big 12 win. Their conference record is 3-4-1. As Ramey has no problem with that, picks it up. Kansas just below the even 500 record mark. Arizona just above with a 4-3-1 record in Big 12 play. Arizona looking for their 10th win overall, which would be their first time in double-digit wins since 2019, first of the Becca Moros era. Maya Brown had a hard time corralling that one. It'll go off her knee and out for another Kansas corner. This will be their 4th corner already of the match. We're here in the 21st minute. The corner kick comes in, and Ramey picks it up without issue. Yeah, but Kansas is certainly trending in the right direction. Nate Lee is in his first year at the helm of this Jayhawk program. Lee comes to Kansas after a 7-year tenure at Xavier. He's there from 2017 to 2023. Compiled a record of 82, 37, and 19. Led the Musketeers to 4 consecutive NCAA tournaments from 2019 until last season, 2023. 3 Big East Coaching Staff of the Year honors in 2019, 2021, and 2023. Xavier finished in first place in the Big East. And Lee got the call from Kansas and is now leading things here for the Jayhawks. Who'll have an injury timeout here, at least momentarily. I believe it was Maya Brown who went down for a second, but she'll remain in the game. Long free kick will come in. Chelf waiting for it to come down. No one's there initially on the pass back, and Mendiola will just box out Limes to let it roll out of bounds for an Arizona throw-in. Mendiola with a short throw-in to Katembo. Grigorski gets it forward, fighting with it against Christensen, who hits the deck. Now Kansas with possession. The cross comes in, and Ramey takes it out of the air. Well, in the last home home game, we saw Olivia Ramey take a lot of those out of the air, a lot of corner kicks from BYU, a lot of pressure, but Arizona still came out with the victory against a really talented BYU team. And I mean, Arizona's down early here, but certainly plenty of soccer to play. In this penultimate home game for the Wildcats. Final home game will be on Sunday at 11:30 against Kansas State before the regular season finale on Friday the 25th up in Tempe against Arizona State. We'll conclude things before the Big 12 Soccer Championship out in Kansas City. And an offside is going to be called against Wines. The long pass in, and Arizona's going to let that go out for the free kick. I mean, yeah, bringing on Nate Lee has certainly done wonders for the Jayhawks here, because when you look at last season, Kansas finished in second to last place in the Big 12. Their conference record was 1-7-2. So they could, I mean, really only go up. They're second to last, but now this season, 3-4-1 in Big 12 play with a couple more games to go. A positive start for the Jayhawks here tonight. As Trinity Dorsey, who's now in for the Wildcats, gets it around. Mendiola tried to pass it in, knocked away initially. But Urge is going to decide just to clear the ball away. And the Jayhawks will throw it in. Dorsey looking ahead, got it to Nicole Dallin, who was the other goal scorer for Arizona against Central Florida last week, when the Wildcats won 3-2. Gianna Christensen scored 2 and then assisted on the Nicole Dallin goal. Those two share the lead in goal scoring for the Wildcats with 7. The cross doesn't find Dallin near the goal, and Kansas is going to take it away. Arizona still just with one shot, but certainly a little bit more pressure here in the back half.
Now entering the game for Arizona, number 19, Marissa Arnst.
Marissa Arnst checks in for Ella Hatteberg here in the 27th minute. Talk about Arizona's defense, who's just done tremendously well, defense and goalkeeping. Allowed those 2 goals against Central Florida, but hadn't done that any other time this season other than against number 5 North Carolina in Chapel Hill. Kansas's defense has also been significantly better this year than last year. Melissa Foltz splits 2 defenders, moving up the left side. Another nice move. Another one, and she'll cross this one in, and it's going to be picked up by Sophia Daw. But there's some great skill there from Marissa Foltz, who's certainly done a good job of earning more playing time as of late as the season's gone on. I mean, she's played, but now getting her 5th start of the season. We saw her in Arizona's last home game score her first career goal. And it was a great one, kind of doing it herself. on the run. And almost did it herself there with all that skill, but crossing it in. Sophie Daw made a good play and goal there for the Jayhawks. Approaching the 30th minute, Kansas leads 1-0. Daw, a redshirt freshman goalkeeper for Kansas out of Memphis, Tennessee. As Shelf couldn't get that one, it'll go out.
Now entering the game for Kansas, number 11, Jordan Falstad, along with number 25, Mackenzie Hammondry.
This is going to be a throw-in for the Jayhawks, as Mackenzie Hammondry and Jordan Fjellstad both check in for the Jayhawks. Nicole Dallin tried to get it through, but the Jayhawk defense doing a good job of fending off some of these Arizona runs before they're able to get closer to the goal. For the Jayhawks' final two games, they will remain in Arizona, play against Arizona State up in Tempe on Sunday. That'll be at 3 p.m. local for the Kansas folks tuning in, 3 p.m. Kansas time. And then at Kansas State next Friday at 7 o'clock local in Manhattan.
Now entering the game for Kansas, number 2, Olivia Page.
Throw in here for the Jayhawks. Not a strong clearance there. Kansas holds on to it. Dorsey getting it a little further there. Now 50-50 ball is going to end up with Dorsey for Arizona. That one will be out, and Arizona throw in now. Coming into this game, Arizona's defense was third in the Big 12 in goals allowed with 10. Now they've allowed 11, so they'll fall on that leaderboard a little bit. When you look at the Big 12 leaderboard, Oklahoma State is first, only allowing 6 goals all season. Oklahoma State is certainly a great defense in this conference, and who knows, with the Arizona hasn't played them yet. They might meet in the tournament. Mendiola, the through ball up to Fultz, chasing it down. It'll be cleared away on a good slide tackle there from Brooke Otto. Go out for a corner. It'll just be a throw-in for Arizona. Tried to get it over to Dallin, but will end up with Kansas initially. Dorsey steals it away. And the pass is incomplete to Dallin. Now Mendiola to Chelf to Fultz. The cross comes in. Dallin just couldn't get through to it. And now the Jayhawks moving the other way. It's Wines on the left side. Christensen's trying to chase her down. And that'll end up being a throw-in for Kansas.
Now in for Kansas, number 26, Sophia Mickle. In for Arizona, number 3, Shanti Weddington.
Shanti Weddington checks in for Arizona. Sophia Nickel in at the as a defender for the Jayhawks. Looking at the Big 12 standings, there's two with identical records at the top. TCU and Texas Tech are both undefeated in Big 12 play. TCU, 7 wins, no losses, 2 ties. Texas Tech with that exact same record, 7 wins, no losses, 2 ties. West Virginia in third with a 6-2-1 record, and then Oklahoma State with that great defense at 5-2-2. Arizona currently 7th in the pecking order when you look at the Big 12 record with their 4-3-1. Sure, if you talk to the Wildcats, they'd want that game against Houston back this past Sunday. Before then, Houston was in last place, 0-7.
Now in for Kansas, number 23, Jocelyn Herema.
Kansas has a throw in here on the left side. Arizona steals it away. Yeah, Houston earned their first win of the season against Arizona in Houston. They're now 1-7. They joined UCF and Iowa State as the 3 teams with just 1 win this year. Kansas State, who makes the trip down to Tucson on Sunday for Arizona's home finale. They are the only winless team left in the Big 12 in the Big 12 records, at least conference standings. Overall, the Kansas State Wildcats
now
have
in
a
for
record of
Arizona,
3-9-3.
number 30, Rose Calkins.
Those Calkins will come in for Nyota Katembo, who takes a seat after 37 minutes of play. Mendiola throws it in towards Narissa Fultz. Kansas doing a good job of defending on the throw-ins. Whenever Arizona tosses it in, it's almost a 50-50 ball on whether they'll retain possession or Kansas will steal it away. Arizona back with possession. Megan Chelf going after a hard collision between Chelf and Mackenzie Hammontree. Both getting up okay. Arizona with about 7 minutes to go until halftime, trying to even the score. Kansas with the 1-goal advantage. No whistle on that one. As Weddington pass left. Might have seen someone there that wasn't. Now Jordan Felstad. That cross is just going to sail over the crossbar of the goal. And it'll be an Arizona goal kick here. With Kansas up by 1 goal, they'll try to tack on another. Well, they can. Jordan Felstad with it on the right side. Weddington there defending. No whistle. And a long shot goes to Olivia Ramey. And with no issue, she'll catch it.
That's another
For her
Arizona
third
save
save
brought to you by
of the
Pyramid
day.
Federal Credit Union.
Ramey now with 49 saves this year with her 3 tonight. It was a really impressive performance against BYU in Arizona's last home game. She had 8 saves, 1 shy of 9. Which
Now
was
in
her
for
career high earlier
Arizona,
this season.
number 7, Sarah Rice.
Sarah Rice, the senior, checks in for Arizona. Also for Olivia Ramey in goal for the Wildcats. She's second best in the Big 12 in goals against on average with .69. So really been a solid last line of defense for the Wildcats this year. How many headers in a row can we do? We'll finally end. Strong challenge from Dorsey, getting it up to Fultz. But it's stolen away by Kansas. Megan Chelf tried to get it right. It's cleared away. There's 3 minutes to go here in the first half. A throw in from Arizona. That one just came off the foot wrong there for Brooke Otto. And it'll end up out for another Wildcat throw in. As we're just minutes away from closing out this first half, Arizona still with 1 shot, and it was kind of on that fast break opportunity from Nyota Katembo. She's off on her own, went with a long shot that missed around the right side post of the goal, but other than that, no shots. And Arizona's been near the Kansas goal. They've had 1 corner kick, which is no more opportunity, I think, in the second half. Arizona's certainly going to prioritize putting a little more pressure on Sophie Daw there in goal. And we still got about 90 seconds to go here in the first half. Kansas trying to do some damage. Cleared away by Rice. Bovee bringing it herself up across midfield.
One minute remaining in the
right
first
corner,
half.
Rice gets in front of it after Sophia Nickel tried to cross it in. It'll go out near the corner, but it's a Jayhawk throw-in. And they might take their time here as Jordan Felstad looks left. Just about 30 seconds to go in the half. That'll go out. Arizona with a goal kick now. We'll see if they even try to push it in these final moments. Ramey to Chelf. The header's off target.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Halftime.
Well, 45 minutes in the books. Kansas
At
leads
halftime,
1-0
it's
over
Kansas
Arizona.
1, Arizona
Jayhawks with
0.
4 shots, all of them on goal. Arizona with just 1 shot. They are certainly going to reorganize, see what they can do in the second half to make a comeback effort. Kansas 1, Arizona 0. We'll be back after about 15 minutes for the second half. You're tuned in to Big 12 Soccer here on ESPN+.
Doug.
The $6 meal deal is here. It starts with Dunkin's Legendary Coffee.
Back here for the second half of play in Tucson as the Wildcats and Jayhawks kick things off. Kansas leads 1-0 over Arizona. A goal from the Jayhawks. Jillian Gregorski back in the 13th minute is what gives Kansas their advantage right now. Arizona's got a lot of work to do. Only 1 shot, and it was not on target in the first half. And Becca Moros and our coaching staff had the players in the locker room during halftime for an extended period. I was a little curious there if we're going to run into too much time being taken before the team made their way back out onto the field. But no, not exactly sure what the penalty would be in that situation, but we're playing and all is good regardless. So about a minute into play here as the team switch sides, and Kansas is now moving right to left. Arizona, well, it'll be their goal to go onto the right side of your screens as a foul is going to be called, and Arizona will have an early free kick. Here's Sarah Rice. We'll set it up, who didn't get the start today for Arizona, but came in as a substitute. Now coming out of halftime. Still on the field. Marissa Arnst, also somebody who wasn't in the starting lineup, back out on the field for the Wildcats. Megan Shelf with it. Jillian Gregorski with her 7th goal of the season in the 13th minute. Leads scorers for the Jayhawks. Next closest is Lexi Watts with 5. Sage Wimes has 4. Shay Ryan has 2. And Kansas wearing red, Arizona in their navy blue kits. That one's going to be hit away by Kansas for an Arizona throw-in. Well, Arizona had really found a good form before the road trip, and including that first game of the road trip that they're coming off of. Started at home back on September 26th. Had a win against Cincinnati, a tie against a really good, really talented West Virginia team. And then 2 wins back-to-back, including BYU in their last home game, and then UCF in Houston a week ago. But then falling to Houston as the Cougars earned their first win in Big 12 play this season. Now down 1-0. Arizona's vying for a spot in the postseason tournament as Megan Chelf is going to be shoved down there. It'll be a foul against Kansas, and I believe that was the goal scorer, Grigorski, who is going to be called for that one. So Arizona with possession. Arnst trying to hold on to it. Now a foul is going to be called against Arnst as she's trying to get the ball back after losing possession, but instead it'll be a Kansas free kick at about midfield. Cleared away, back to Chelf, up to Katembo, who had the lone shot for Arizona in the first half. Chelf gets it to Rice, working away at the left side, and it's going to be taken away by Kansas. The Jayhawks on the counterattack. Wimes is on the run, doesn't get the pass, and Arizona steals it back. Rice and Chelf teaming up to get it away, but Kansas gets it right back. Rice trying to clear it. Checking in on some other games around the Big 12. Utah leads against Houston at halftime, 1-0. BYU leads in Provo against Baylor, 1-0. Arizona State leads as the Kansas cross is not initially going to be cleared away. Fultz with it, she'll get it up to Nicole Dallin. Nice dribble move there, trying to get it through. But Michaela Merlot takes it away for Kansas. Long shot and wide right. Grigorski, I think she thought she got tugged for a potential foul, but no call, and it'll be a goal kick for Arizona. Earlier today, the 8th-ranked TCU Horned Frogs beat UCF, final score of 4-2. Oh, and that'll be a free kick, pretty close for Kansas here. Trinity Dorsey got in there for a foul. No card will be shown, but a dangerous position here as the Jayhawks look to extend their lead. It'll be Grigorski set up, and she'll take the shot right to Olivia Ramey.
That was an Arizona save brought to you by Pyramid Federal Credit Union.
No issue. Olivia Ramey with her 4th save of the evening. Through ball up to Arnst. She's got some room to work. The cross trying to find Katembo. Dallin gets it back. Long shot from Dallin is going to be saved by Sophie Daw. And that's the first shot on goal Arizona's had all game. It's here in the 52nd minute from Nicole Dallin. It was pretty far away, non-threatening to Daw, who handled it with not much issue. Now Wimes, the shot off the crossbar, and that'll end up in on the rebound as Kansas now extends their lead 2-0. 2-0 over Arizona. Wimes shot off the crossbar.
Goal scored by number
Arizona
34,
was saved,
Jillian Gregorski.
but Gregorski scores her second goal of the evening. Right after Arizona finally got their first shot on target to finally get some pressure the other way, Kansas turns around. Wimes had a great move, good look at it, and a good shot going off the crossbar. And then on the rebound, Gregorski just knocked it in without much issue, and now Kansas leads 2-0. For only the third time this season, Arizona's defense has now allowed multiple goals in one match. So a tall order to come back in this one for Arizona, but plenty of time to do it. We're here in the 53rd minute. Gianna Christensen, who scored twice 2 games ago, gets it over to Sarah Rice, up to Chelf, who's knocked down, no foul. Arizona maintains possession. Dorsey back to Arnst. Arizona trying to opt for the slow buildup, and Nicole Dallin is going to be knocked over by Merlot, which will set up Arizona with a free kick in a pretty solid position here. Crosses it in. It's hit away by Kansas. Rice got it to Christensen, but again, Kansas clears it away. Doing a good job of keeping Arizona away from the goal. Now Christensen crosses in. Dallin gets it stolen away. And now the Jayhawks hold possession. On the run, into the box, and that's going to be well blocked by Maya Brown on what would have been a pretty clean shot toward the goal. But instead it is it's a corner kick for Kansas. The 5th corner for the Jayhawks tonight. From the left side, cross comes in, cleared away. Kansas with 5 corners, Arizona only with 1. Merlot passes it in. That'll go over everyone's head. It's still in bounds. Now Wiles is going to try to chase it down, but it'll end up out. Off of Kansas for an Arizona throw-in. Olivia Page set to
Now
come
entering
on
for Kansas, number 2, Olivia Page.
Conte to the bench for the Jayhawks. Foltz trying to chase it down. Yeah, this Kansas defense has just been really good and much improved between last year and this year. In 15 matches this season, opponents coming into this game, only 111 total shots compared to 194 last season. That's when Kansas finished second to last in the Big 12 last year. A 1-7-2 conference record. They've improved to 3-4-1 in conference play. With a win tonight, they would have an even 500 record. And while we saw Arizona fall to last place Houston last week, coming into this one, Kansas is looking in good form with their win against a really good Utah Ute team. They won in Lawrence. As Dorsey gets it up to Katembo, whistle though, which will give Kansas a favorable free kick as Arizona looked ready to attack there. Yeah, shutout for Kansas their last time out. 2-0 victory against Utah. Mackenzie Bovey scored the opening goal, and then there was an own goal. As that long free kick will end up in the arms of Olivia Ramey, who comes out to snag it. 59th minute here in Tucson. Kansas leads 2-0. Pass out to Megan Chelf is going to go right off her foot and into Kansas possession. The cross comes in. It's going to be kicked right off the scoreboard. As Aranda
now in for Kansas, number 11, Jordan Felstad.
Jordan Felstad checks in for Kansas now as Lauren Wood heads to the bench. And it's another Kansas corner. Make it 6 now for the Jayhawks. Urge gets to this one first and clears it away for Arizona, but Kansas retains possession for now. Nice pass comes in, and that one will end up into the back of the net as Kansas now leads 3-0 over Arizona. The Wildcat defense just couldn't catch up to that one. Some good passing on the recovery after the corner kick. Wiles with some pressure. Then the goal is Kansas leads 3-0 now in the 60th minute.
Now in for Arizona, number 30. Number 30, Rose Calkins. Number 24, Mackenzie Mooring. And number 8, Kennedy Fletcher.
Kennedy Fletcher, Mackenzie Mooring.
In for Kansas,
and Rose
number
Calkins.
25, Sydney Osborne. And number 26, Taylor Smith. Correction, in for Kansas, number 25, Mackenzie Hammondtree. And number 26, Sophia Nickel.
A lot of substitutions here as Kansas has the 3-goal advantage on Arizona. Free kick for the Wildcats. As Arizona's now allowed 3 goals for the first time this season. The previous high was 2 against number 5 North Carolina, also 2 against UCF. Kansas scores 3 for the first time since they played UCF on September 26th when they won 4-0. They also won 5-1 against Friends University in their final non-conference game of the season. But the Jayhawks in full control, and it's been that way since the opening whistle. As the ball goes out for an Arizona throw-in, the Wildcats coming into this game undefeated at home, 5-0-1. their record, and Jayhawks are in a great position now to put a blemish on that. But hey, we got just a little under 30 minutes to go. We're here in the 61st minute. Plenty of soccer to play. One thing about Kansas's play style, they have just been running all up in Arizona's grill all game since the opening whistle. Just a lot of pressure from their forwards on the Wildcat defense, which is, it's kind of paralyzed the Wildcats as they try to build up some offense. But on the other hand, when you get later into this game with all that running and pressure that Kansas has been putting on, you'll have to see if the Jayhawks' stamina can keep up, and maybe Arizona, without running it too many times and having many breaks towards the Jayhawk goal, can find some late game offense. That is yet to be seen as the ball flies out for a Wildcat goal kick. Yeah, Jillian Gregorski, who's now the two-time goal scorer tonight. She now has 8 goals on the season. Speaking of that final non-conference game against Friends University, Gregorski got a hat trick in that one, which contributes to that season total of 8. Arizona trying to get something going here. Arnst on the right side. Gets it back to Maya Brown, up to Kennedy Fletcher. And Aranda Urge. Now Rice bringing it up the left side, through ball. Now Arizona making a run here. Long shot, not sure if that was exactly a shot or an attempted pass, but either way it ends up behind the goal for a goal kick. Jocelyn Harema checks in for Kansas now, as Daw boots away the goal kick at about midfield. Mooring battling for it, and she'll be called for a foul. It looked like a pretty equal fight there between Mooring and Emily Tobin. But the official calls for a Kansas goal kick after the foul. Daw trying to find who to get it to. Finds Tobin up the left side. A slick move there from Sophia Nickel. Intercepted. Cleared towards Mooring. It'll go off of Mooring and out for a Jayhawk throw-in. Well, Arizona's next game and final home game of the season will be here in Tucson on Sunday at 11:30 for everyone who had marked it on their calendars for 1 o'clock at the start of the season. The start time has been moved up, so it'll now be 11:30 a.m. Here local time in Tucson on Sunday for Arizona's final game. Final home game, I should say. Final regular season game will be next Friday against Arizona State up in Tempe, before postseason begins. The Big 12 Soccer Championship first round begins on October 30th. That's a Wednesday. It runs through November 9th, which is a Saturday in Kansas City. Should be a great time. A lot of talented teams in the Big 12, some that Arizona hasn't faced this year. We mentioned Oklahoma State and their great defense, only allowing 6 goals in conference play so far this year. TCU currently in first, Texas Tech in second place, followed by West Virginia in third. West Virginia 6-2-1. It's only 3 non-wins, and their only tie was against Arizona here in Tucson a couple weeks ago. Colorado in fifth with a 4-1-4 record. A lot of ties for the Buffaloes. 4 ties. More than anyone else in the conference. Long pass comes in. And Arizona takes care of it initially, and it's cleared away. Gianna Christensen falling back from a more offensive midfield position, coming back to help on defense, and a foul will go against the Jayhawks as Emily Tobin is called for that one. Final scores earlier today in the Big 12 Conference. Number 19 Texas Tech defeated West Virginia 1-0. As Kansas takes it right back from Arizona. And they're no longer in any particular rush. Here in the 68th minute and leading by 3 goals. And Arizona loses possession. Barnes trying to fight back and get it, but it'll end up out for a Kansas throw-in. Tobin looking right. Got it into Kaugish. Another final score, Oklahoma State beat Iowa State 3-0. After 90 minutes, scoreless in Cincinnati as the Bearcats and Buffaloes failed to put up any goals. And Kansas gets set up for another corner kick here in Tucson. Kaugish. Sarah Rice, the first touch, and Arizona knocks it away. Here in the 70th minute,
now
20 minutes
Kansas,
to go.
Number 98, Shay
Here
Ryan.
Mulcahy. Shay Ryan checks in, who scored twice this year, freshman out of Roseville, California. Weddington gives this one away. As that'll end up out for a goal kick. Olivia Ramey with 4 saves, 3 goals allowed here tonight. Seeks out her target, a short goal kick. Ends up on the left side and out off of Kansas. Yeah, I mean, the story of the evening has just been Kansas with all the offense, Arizona with barely any. Jayhawks with 8 shots to
Now in for
Arizona's
Kansas
2.
number 13, Lauren Wood.
Lauren Wood checked back in for Kansas. And the Jayhawks have been efficient too. 7 shots on goal to Arizona's 1. Kansas on the run again, this time up the right side. And that'll end up out for another Jayhawk corner, their 8th. 8 corners to Arizona's 1. The teams have been even in terms of the official calling fouls, 7 fouls against each team. And now Kansas with a 3-goal advantage, looking to pile on some more. Corner kick comes in. Sarah Rice is there again, and she'll clear it back for another corner kick, so the Jayhawks will just reset. Rice heads it away. Long pass ends up on top of the goal. It did go off of Arizona, so yet another corner kick here for the Kansas Jayhawks. They're now in double digits with 10. They've had a lot of practice here. We'll see what they do with this one. The corner kick a little bit longer here. The header is going to be taken. A good save by Olivia Rainey. And Emily Tobin headed a good ball there, but Rainey was quick to react. And yeah, Kansas, despite being up 3 goals, keeping the pressure on the Wildcats defense and interrupting these passes, not allowing the Arizona offense to develop, and a foul is going to be called against Arizona as they try to get something going. But instead, Kansas will be set up with another free kick. Marley Chappell is ready to sub in. There is a dead ball here, but referee hasn't allowed the sub. The long pass is chased down by Shea Ryan. Some great hustle there, but it'll end up out anyway for a Wildcat goal kick. That's been a huge issue for the Wildcats after throw-ins, after free kicks.
In for Arizona, number 22, Marley Chappell.
Marley Chappell enters the game tonight. And it'll be the first time Chappell has checked into the ball game for Arizona. And the Wildcats have a throw in here, but yeah, we don't necessarily get the statistics of exactly what possession is like and the difference in timing between possession. But man, I would say that Kansas here has been dominant in possession, maybe close to 70%.
In for Kansas, number 10, Sierra Herbert, along with number 7, Raymond Nust.
A couple substitutions here for Kansas. Raina Knust, one of the Jayhawks to come in, as another corner kick for Kansas is sent in. And Weddington chases it down, tries to get it out of the box. Sierra Herbert is the other Jayhawk to come in, by the way, alongside Raina Knust. Minutes to go. We're in the 77th minute here in Tucson. Arizona trying to get something going. Mooring with it in Kansas's box. Slide tackle there. Mooring, I think, not happy with the slide tackle in that situation, but it goes out for an Arizona corner. So the Wildcats with an opportunity here. I mean, one thing to give credit to the Wildcats for: 11 corners from Kansas. The Wildcats haven't really allowed scoring directly off of those set pieces. Now the corner kick comes in for Arizona. Long shot from Weddington, and that'll end up high and out for a Kansas goal kick.
Now in for Kansas, number 16, Asa Conte.
Asa Conte, the redshirt sophomore starter, re-enters the ball game. Goal kick from Daw is taken away initially by Rose Calkins, the freshman. Now Weddington pushing it for the Cats. And Chappell let it go through, but no one was there but Kansas. But Arizona takes it back. Rice on the left side. And it's stolen away by Shea Ryan. Kansas not backing down despite being up 3 goals. They're coming out with essentially the same aggression as they've had all game. Not satisfied with a 3-goal lead. Calkins tries to chase it down. It'll end up out off of Arizona for a Jayhawk goal kick. Just over 10 minutes to play here in Tucson, and Kansas now sets up for a free kick. Shea Ryan, the forward who came in on substitution, freshman out of Roseville, California. Where's number
now
98?
In for Kansas, number 11, Jordan Felstad.
Maybe something you see more on goalkeepers than forwards. Shea Ryan, the only player in the 90s on her uniform number. Jordan Felstad Re-enters the game for Kansas. Less than 10 minutes to go. No pressure from Arizona here in the late stages of this game. A mooring will come up. Now Calkins chasing the ball down. Calkins close. Bada boots it. Kennedy Fletcher trying to just maintain possession here. Which has been just a big issue for Arizona here tonight. Sammy Batosh in for Arizona now, by the way. Didn't get the start today. Goal scorer for the Wildcats in their last home game. Seems just a little bit of a different configuration. We'll see what Becca Moros decides to do after this game, with Arizona now down 3-0. And if the result holds, if any changes are made on Sunday against Kansas State. As we saw Narissa Fultz get that 5th start. And that'll end up out of the goal. A close one there. Arizona almost had their first goal of the ball game, but maybe if we had the VAR technology, that would go under review, but it's no goal for Arizona. Hey, the Wildcats finding a little bit of a spark here in the final minutes of play. And maybe at this point, that's all you can ask for going into Sunday's game, trying to just get some positive momentum. Ramey comes out from her spot to grab that one and reset things here for the Wildcats, but Arizona immediately gives it away, and the Jayhawks have no issue just letting the clock run, taking things slow if they have to. Trying to get it forward, but Tobin steals it away. Tobin, the dribble move right, and a long shot is going to end up in the back of the net to put Kansas up 4-0 over Arizona. Great shot from Tobin.
Kansas goal scored by number 17, Emily Tobin.
And that's an exclamation point on what's been a dominant performance from the Jayhawks here in Tucson. Emily Tobin with her first goal of the season, the sophomore out of Tinley Park, Illinois, with goal number 4 for Kansas, and that might just about do it. 6 minutes to go here at Mulcahy. Arizona's going to try to salvage this and put something on the scoreboard. But coming into this game, I mean, Arizona with an overall 9-4-2 record. Compare that to Kansas with a 6-5-4 record. On paper, you'd think of Arizona as a slight favorite. I mean, comparable records, but kind of the form that the Wildcats are in right now, coming off a loss to Houston, a very surprising 1-0 loss to Houston, and Arizona's offense just hasn't been where it needs to be. Now Kansas not backing down still. And credit to Jayhawk head coach Nate Lee in his first year leading Kansas. Arrived in Lawrence after 7 years as the head coach at Xavier University from 2017 to 2023. Did a great job with the Musketeers, an overall record there of 82, 37, and 19. And especially just in those last 4 years of his tenure with Xavier, led them to 4 straight trips to the NCAA tournament. Him and his staff won 3 Big East Coaching Staff of the Year honors, 2019, 2021, and 2023. And in those same years, Xavier finished at the top of the Big East table, first place. Now Lee making the move to Kansas with the Big 12, following a season where the Jayhawks finished second to last in the conference. They're certainly trending in the right direction. And coming into Tucson, that's proven to be a tough place to play for opponents. Arizona's got a Chapel, tries to pass it in. No one's there initially. Let's see if Arizona can recover and make a play. Calkins back to Arnst. Trying to get into Fletcher, but Kansas takes it away. 3 minutes to go. The Jayhawks with 11 shots tonight. Wildcats with 4. Kansas will let that one just go out. It'll be a goal kick now with 2 minutes to go. The goal scorers, Jillian Gregorski with a brace, 2 goals, the first 2 for Kansas. Then Lexi Watts.
In for Kansas, number 26, Sophia Nickel.
In the 59th minute, and then Emily Tobin did it herself in the 84th minute with a long shot. Michaela Merlo and Sage Wines both with assists here this evening. Throw in for Kansas. They can essentially just let the clock wind down if they want.
One minute remaining.
60 seconds to go. Kansas up by 4. And it'll be a throw in for the Wildcats. Right off the head of Kaugish. Tobin, the last goal scorer, working it up the left side. Barnes there to challenge. And it's another throw in for Kansas.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that'll do it here in Tucson. Kansas wins
The final score
4-0 against
4-0.
Arizona.
The winners
Wildcats are
are the
handed their
Kansas
first
Jayhawks.
loss at home this year. Arizona falls to 9-5-2 on the season. Kansas improves to 7-5-4 on the year, and this will shake up the middle of the Big 12 standings as we get into the final couple games of the year, and we look at the Big 12 Soccer Championship at the end of the year. But Arizona takes on Kansas State at 11:30 on Sunday for their final home game of the year, so make sure to tune in right here on ESPN Plus for that. The goals for Kansas: Jillian Gregorski scores in the 13th and 52nd minute to open things up for the Jayhawks. Then Lexi Watts with a 59th minute goal, and Emily Tobin with an 84th minute goal. Kansas with 11 shots, Arizona with 4. 10 of the Jayhawks were on goal. Wildcats only had 1 on goal. Olivia Ramey with 6 saves, 1 save going to Kansas's goalkeeper Sophie Daw. Kansas just with a dominant victory here in Tucson will certainly help them as they make their way into the later games of this season and make a push for a good result in the Big 12 championship. Final score: Kansas 4, Arizona nothing. Thank you to our broadcast directors, Mike Lowry and John Daly. Dave Spina up on the camera, under camera operator. Arizona Soccer Sports Information Directors Katie Vick and Addie Palmquist. I'm Brody Bright. We'll see you next time here on Big 12 Soccer from ESPN Plus.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for coming out tonight in support of your Wildcat soccer team. Your Cats will be back in action this coming Sunday, October 20th at 11:30 a.m. when they take on Kansas State for the final home game of the regular season. That'll be this coming Sunday the 20th, 11:30 a.m. Arizona against Kansas State right here at Mulcahy Stadium for the final regular season home game. Until next time, so long, everybody.